Hey YouTube, so I am making year-round compost. I just collect it through the winter and I'm going to apply it to the soil. So in this video I'm going to show you how I make the compost, and I do have some old video footage of how I actually use it in the garden. So my favorite three things to collect is egg shells, banana peels, and chicken bones. Now, we don't eat chicken every single day, but on the days when we do, I collect the chicken bones, and we eat lots of eggs in a day, so most of this is going to be made up of eggshells and banana peels, but I do like to collect all the chicken bones when we do eat chicken. Usually it's drumsticks. So the way I accumulate my compost is, as the days go by, I just have a cookie sheet with a parchment paper underneath and accumulate the eggshells and banana peels and chicken bones from day to day. As people eat their bananas, for example, they just toss it on the cookie sheet and then it stays on the top rack in the oven. And every time I bake something, the cookie sheet then gets heated up and dries up whatever's in it at the time. And when it gets really, really full, I just take it out. I bring it to my Vitamix, and I just use my tamper in the top and turn on my Vitamix and tamp it down, put it on high, and blend it up into a powder. I start it off on low, and then once it's on low speed for a few seconds, then I increase it to high speed. In under a minute, I've got this really nice, clean, dry, not messy compost that's got the 15 essential nutrients for plant growth. And you can see here, some batches are darker than others. This one's kind of dark. This one is a little bit dark. It just depends on what I have more of at the time. This batch here is pretty light, and that's just because it had a lot more eggshells in it than, say, banana peels that time that I made it. I just amalgamate it all into this Ziploc baggie, and when this gets full, I'll just start a new Ziploc baggie. I'll have a bunch of this beautiful powdered compost for my garden in the spring once the snow melts. There are pretty much three ways that I use this compost to grow my vegetable garden. One way is to just broadcast it all over the top of the soil, and that's what I'm going to do come spring with this extra batch of compost. And then the other two ways is by adding it to the soil before you plant the actual seedling. And the third way is by side dressing the plants that are already growing. They say that plants need 15 essential elements for plant growth. And out of the 15, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, sulfur, magnesium, calcium, iron, boron, manganese, zinc, molybdenum, and copper, all of these essential elements are in this compost. You can use various different ones, of course, but I chose these ones because they're the type of foods that we go through quite often, so we could build up a good amount of compost in a reasonable amount of time that's going to have all the elements that are needed for essential plant life. The eggshells, chicken bones, and banana peels put together all contain at least a little bit of all of these essential elements. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section, and thank you for watching. God bless you, and see you in the next video.